Everybody can hear me and see the screen, right?
Yes.
So, give me one second. People are waiting. Okay. We'll start with the prayer first. Close your eyes, palms together. Seek the blessing from all your gurus, God and goddesses. So if you are done, slowly open your eyes. Today's class agenda as usual. First, we are going to see the Gocharam, followed by the horoscope. We are analyzing for 5 to 10 minutes. Then we are proceeding with our classes. Okay. Today also we are going to cover the remaining bhavas in the Jupiter in other bhavas. Jupiter in different bhavas. Okay, let's start with the Gocharam first. As on February 16, 2025. Guru in the Rishabha, Mangal in the Mithuna, Chandran and the Ketu in the Kanya, and in the Surya, Buddhan and the Sani in the Kumbha, Shukran and the Rahu in the Meena Rasi. So this is about the today's Gochar. When you see the Panchang, Chaturthi followed by the Panchami, Nakshatra Hasta Chitra, Yoga Drishti followed by the Shula, Karana is the Bhava Karana, Balava and Gaulava, Ravivara, today is the Ravivara, and Paksha is the Krishna Paksha. Okay. Sometimes the one thing which I have to say about the Chandran combination with the Rahu and Ketu Graha, in your Janana Jadagam, if you have the combination of the Chandra with the Ketu, Chandra with the Rahu, will give the different kind of negative implications in your life. It may be in various ways, but this combination is not that much auspicious. When it comes in the Gocharam also, it won't give you that much benefit. The Chandra and Ketu, there is a positive also. We can say many negatives, but there was a one positive. When the Chandra and the Ketu combination gives you about the more tendency or your mind inclined towards the spirituality, morely towards the spirituality. But when the Chandra and the Chandra plus Rahu combination gives you the feeling about the Manusha. Manusha means you feel like some negative energy in front of me or in far away. I can feel the energy. The people can say like that. But with the Chandra and the Ketu combination says if there was they feel the vibes of another energy means it should be the good energy. It's a one benefit you can derive from the Chandra and the Ketu combination. Okay.
Madam, Vanita, what I want to know, you are telling them Chandra, Rahu, Ketu should be in the same place in Chandra's house, moon house. That means to say, if on that particular moon day, or whatever moon is there on that day, Rahu and Ketu, Chandra placed same on the same house, Rahu, Ketu will be there. If it is like that.
No, the combination can be like this. One is the today's Gocharam combination, Chandra plus Ketu. This is one combination. Okay. Chandra is combined with every Navagrahas. Okay, every other Navagrahas. Chandra is also a Navagraha. But it can combine with the other grahas also. Okay, but we are just seeing about the combination of the today's Gocharam where we can see the Chandra and the Ketu, right? Okay. So the Ketu is the malefic planet. When the Chandra, when you won't say it is the malefic or benefic, how you can say? It depends upon it is a going phase moon or waning phase moon. Waning and waxing phase moon, you can say that the moon is the malefic or benefic. So that was a different story. But now what we are saying here, Chandra now combined with the Ketu's energy, there is one combination. So there is also another pair, right? Chandra plus Rahu.
Rahu, okay.
Okay. This combination will come in few days. Chandra will move towards here. See, the Chandra will move towards and reach the Rahu here. That time the combination becomes this.
Okay.
That time the combination becomes Chandra plus Rahu. What I am telling here was when there is the more negative implications when these combinations are under Gocharam or in your Janana Jataka. Okay. You definitely, people will say number of negative things about it, but I'm telling only one positive. What is that? The people's in Chandra and the Ketu, people's somewhat towards inclined towards the spirituality. They're always thinking about the spirituality because Chandra is the mind. Ketu is the kind of the let go of the energy, or also it's towards the Jnana Karaka. Ketu is again a Jnana Karaka. So the people's mind tend towards the knowledge seek. Okay. But when comes into the Ragu, it was the Ragu is another meaning for exaggeration, more exaggeration, and also kind of unimaginable thinking or illusion, or they will do the imaginative thinking in you can't even imagine. So such a kind of the people is a Rahu quality. But that kind of the Graha combines with the Chandra means it will give you enormous energy, thinking, the mind will think in very elaborate imagination. So that becomes in one positive, there are many negatives. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that clear? Or you are having different doubt? Or I confused more?
He is muted, I think.
Okay. Let's move into the next part of the today's class. That is the horoscope. Okay. Where the first step we already finished. We already seeing the horoscope of the Satish. Now we are going to see the third house, but we are going to see that in a little bit different manner. Okay. Now we are a little bit graduated towards from LKG towards more or less towards the UKG, in the midway of the UKG, you can say. So we are going to see the third house today. So the third house, what are the main things you have to see? There are the number of karakas, number of significance for the third house itself. You have to give concentration on the every significance. I will say yes, but at the beginning when we are learning, no need to concentrate much more significance. Give importance to the prominent significance of the third house only. What are the prominent significance? We know that. Anybody
Siblings.
remember what is the third house? Third house
Siblings.
represents
Siblings.
siblings means particularly younger siblings only, whether it is a sisters or brothers, but it's an younger one. Okay, next.
Courage.
Courage. Third house itself, the Dairyasthan. So that's the courage is the main thing. Any other you can remember for the third house?
Communication.
Yeah, communication. Yes, all kind of communication in this modern world.
Short travel.
Yeah, the short travel means the short journey will be very much short. You Google, you will travel for 1 hour, 2 hours, but you can say, I can travel to next country itself within 45 minutes or an hour. You can go to Nepal without even fly to other country. You just cross one border to the another, you can reach the Nepal. But that's a different story. But in the earlier stage, they feel like if you travel for 1 hour time distance, they consider it as a small distance. Okay. Or else you can consider like this. Wherever you go, you come back in the same day itself. Wherever the point you started, you come back to the point on the same day itself. You consider it as a small distance travel. Because if you make it as a distance in the kilometer and the hourly distance, it's a kind of an you may not consider it correctly. It becomes approximation. But consider itself, whichever the distance, come back on the same day itself. Okay. Particularly for the organs, it mainly for the ears. Okay. So this is all about the third.
Even neighbors is that third
Yes,
house?
neighbors. Yes, absolutely. Neighbors is the third house. Of course it is. So you make sure whichever the thing you want to point out before you seeing anything about the third house. So why, Vanita, we only pointed 5 things? If you remember these 5 things, more than enough. But when you proceed further, when the Jataka was asking different set of the questions to you, then you have an understanding, okay, which one you have to concentrate more on. Okay. But at this point, go with the 5 or 6. That's more than enough. The significance of the third house. Okay. Before we are entering into the third house, let's see the Satish horoscope in a different way. This is the different perspective altogether, but I won't change the Satish Grahas. The only thing which I made is, you remember that we studied the Kala Purusha chart exactly like this. So when we studied about the Kala Purusha, which is the Lagna? Mesha is the Lagna. But for the Satish, which is the Lagna? Anyone remember?
Mithuna, right?
Mithuna Lagna. So Mithuna Lagna is the first house for the Satish horoscope. So we are going to start with the first house from the Mithuna. Don't confuse with the Kala Purusha chart. Every other element is the same, but the houses is going to different. We are going to start with the first house from the Mithuna. Why? Because the Mithuna Lagna, Satish Lagna is the Mithuna is the. So then what is the difference here? We are not going to change any Graha's position in the Satish horoscope. We already pointed out. Okay, when the Mithuna was here, what are the things you have to see in this chart? This is the Lagna degree. And this one I will come back to you later. Okay. And this is the air element, dual in nature. This is the male energy. So when the Satish was born at this point in time, his male energy was highly amplified. You would say like that. But according to the Panchapuratattva, the 5-element principle, when the air element at that time, with the dual nature, male energy, with this kind of the quality on the Mithuna Lagna, Satish born with the first house with 2 grahas. One is the Jupiter, retrograde Jupiter, another is the moon. Then you would ask me, what is the number next to it? Okay, Jupiter at the degree of the 3.55, moon is at the degree of the 19 degree, 19 degree point 50. Okay. So this one point is clear here. Any questions?
Clear.
Clear now. Okay. The second house is for Satish's Karkadaka. We already saw that the last week. I will come back to this K and T later. Wait for a minute. So the Karkadaka element is the water element, movable in nature, female energy. So what is that meaning? The second house for the Satish is the Karkadaka. And that element is the water element, movable energy, female. So what is that? The water, when it was moving, the female energy means the soft energy. So the water element is also there. So the flexibility always comes into the picture. The movable quality is also increased. But when the female touch was there, the tendency about the flexibility was really high. But you have to keep that in mind when you are saying anything about the second house. Okay. Now, we're moving on into the third house. Today, we are going to see third house only. So, today our superhero is a third house. So, the third house, who's the owner of the house? Simha is the owner of the house. Yes or no?
Sun.
Agni is the element, fixed in nature, male energy. Okay, this is the point. When the Agni is the element, so that means it's a powerful energy, and added with a fixed quality means it won't move. They are stubborn in nature. The 5-element principle here is an Agni. So the fixed Agni with the male energy, that means male means the strong energy. So whatever they are going to take at that point, the energy level is really strong here. That too, it was in the Surya's foot. Okay. Now that becomes the third house. Here you have to consider the third house is the courage representation for the Satish. Now we have to conclude at this point. We have to see about his courage, aim and ambition, how his younger siblings would be, and how the short distance travel will be, how when it comes into the physical part, how the years will be. So all the things we have to consider here. So when the third house becomes the Simha, that would be the courage. Obviously, it will be very courageous person. Yes or no? Satish is present. Satish is in this class.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm there.
you will ask him directly. How about your courage level? You was very much courage and you are very firm with your decision. Whatever you decide, you will stand on it.
Yeah, I stand on my whatever decision I take, but at
Hmm.
times I feel scared also at times. But even if I'm scared, if I have to go to a place, I will go there and do the work and get it done.
Okay, then we will ask him why there was this scary part will come. We'll find out that later.
Okay.
But before that, okay, let's do it in a second. Sorry. Why I only considered the Surya here? Because there was no planet present, there was no graha in it. So what we have to consider here? We have to consider the owner of the house. So there was no graha present in it. Who's the owner here? Sun is the owner. So then we have to see where the sun was present.
6th house.
The 6th house.
So, is this the good house for the sun or not? Yes or no?
No, it is a good house because it's Mangal's house, no? Mars.
Mangal's house. But 6th house is also becomes a dustana. That means the hidden house. The energy
Yeah.
which you received from the graha will be little. It was like the peripheral level. See, for example, you are in this universe and you are receiving the energy from all navagrahas. And there's one sun was here. You have to receive this energy. But if you are receiving the energy from the top of the head, that will be you are fully drowned with fully amplified with sun's energy. In consider a situation, you are receiving the sun's energy through the peripheral only. You definitely will get the warmth of the sun only, but you won't get the full-fledged sun. So you can imagine a situation, you taking a sun bath under there is no roof above you, but you take the sun bath, you have the roof above you. There is a difference, right?
Yeah.
So that
Yes.
kind of situation will come. But here when you see this, the Agni and the fixed and the male, everything was strong. When you see this, definitely this person will have a tremendous courage. You would say, yes. Did he have the courage? Yes, absolutely. But when you see the owner of the house where it was present, the owner of the house was present in the Dushtana, that is the hidden and the Jataka won't receive that much energy from the sun. So then we have to see, is the sun was present with any malefic planet? Absolutely yes, the Ketu was present. Mercury is again a question mark here, because when the Mercury was retrograde, Mercury was present along with the other two malefic planets. So when you see the Mercury, to consider the other two grahas present in it, Ketu is the malefic, yes or no?
Yes.
Sun is also malefic, yes. Sun malefic in a different perspective. Sun is a kind of a strict father. So both are malefic when the Mercury was present. Now we are only concentrating on the sun. We concentrate on the sun itself. Sun present along with the two other malefic grahas. So obviously that kind of the calculation, permutation, combination is also favor to us. So that's why maybe he find some kind of a scary situation, but he may not be able to do the work, do the action. Definitely he will do. Even though he can find some kind of the difficulty in the courage level, but when the action was done, he can able to do that. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Anybody want to add anything here? Okay, when the third house becomes the sun's house, if the sun was not present, we have to consider the sun. We have to ask him, you have an younger sibling as a male or not? Do you have an younger sibling?
Sorry?
Oh, wait a second. Wait.
Can you tell me? Tell us again, ma'am.
Give me a second, please. Give me a second. My give me one second. You can able to hear me, right? Somewhat
Yes,
my
ma'am.
device was changing into my. Okay,
Yeah,
then
that's
fine
good.
then. Okay, what I'm asking is, you have an younger sibling, younger brother, younger sister.
No, I'm the youngest in my family.
Possibility is you check with them when there was the third house becomes the sun house. If the sun was present, there is a two scenarios will come. For his scenario, There was no graha present in it, but the third house becomes the sun's house. So we are considering the owner of the house. So in turn, it becomes the sun. Either the sun becomes the owner or the sun was present in the third house. You may have the younger sibling, but that should be a female. Most of the time, the younger sibling possibility is really low. Okay, but check with them. Probability mostly 90% of the people will say, I have no younger sibling like Satish. But there's some people will say, yes, I have a younger sibling, but it's my younger sister. Check with them. The possibility is really high here. Okay. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So what if sun was in the 5th house? Would you be considering it as a stronger sun effect?
Sun was in the 5th house.
Because you said now it is in 6th house, it's kind of sthana, it's kind of hidden. But if it is in the 5th house, it will gain energy. Is that what it is?
Okay. It will gain in a different way. How? When the sun was present here, the energy level, the element it's holding is the air, the movable, and the male energy. Now we have to see the combination of the owner, Agni, fixed, and the male. So here is a strong level. And here there was a little bit of the flexibility, but still it was a strong because of the male. The sun energy is proficient. Sun energy you will get a deep, sufficient amount of the sun's energy. Then this story will be totally different. Whatever he do, he have that authority in it. He decide and he will do whatever he wants.
Okay.
The story will be totally different.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Then the story will be a little bit different when the sun was present in the enemy's house. See, for example, if the sun, consider a situation when the sun was present in one of the Magara and the Kumbha, that becomes the 5th house of the Jataka, then the story will be a little bit different. They may feel the scary in a different level altogether. So that we will see one by one, but I don't want to confuse you more about now. But that is also depends upon which house you are present. It's a friendly house, enemy's house, and all altogether. But when it comes into the 5th house, the energy level will be a little bit different. Even if you are sitting on an enemy's house, the sun's energy will get in the you will definitely will get a sufficient amount of the sun's energy. But at this point, let's talk about here short distance travel. In a day, how long you can travel? Satish?
Me, I normally used to travel, say, up to 20 kilometers one way and back again by evening 20 kilometers. I used to do it when I was in my prime.
There is if the third house sun is also there, means the people will go for a short distance travel.
Okay.
But the third house, for him, it was unusual. You may not say this one because the sun was present. We are considering the third house was the graha as the sun only. So at this moment, the short distance travel, it may come in his life. It may not be in his life. Okay. Okay. The last week, the one thing I thought to ask you was, how about your vision of your left eye? Is that good enough, or needs have any you have any kind of a sight problem?
It's normal, ma'am.
It's normal. Okay, then we had a thought process like when the Mars was aspecting the Karkarasi, that means the moon and the Mars and the moon. Mars aspecting the second house will give some kind of defect on your left eye. There is also a question will come, why left eye? Why should not the right eye? Well, sun represents the right eye, moon represents your left eye.
Left eye, yeah.
There is a possibility will come if you have a problem on your eyes or okay?
No, it's normal, ma'am.
Okay, then our prediction is when we analyze we got wrong. We'll find out why in later. We'll find out that why we went wrong. Okay, so that is about the third house. Anybody want to add any points here? Okay, if that was not there, then I have to add one more point here. See, whenever whenever you see the first house, second house, third house, first thing you have to consider is this: when is the graha present in that house? Is that moon house exalted, debilitated? Okay. So when you see the Satish horoscope, we already finished with the three houses, 1, 2, 3. So in these three houses, find out any grahas present in the moon house or not. You only concentrate on the only three houses. Any grahas present in the moon house or not.
No.
So what we have to see?
Saturn.
No, not the 12
Oh, the
house.
3 houses. Okay.
Only three houses. So no, right? Because
No.
in these three houses, only two grahas present. One is retrograde Jupiter, another is the moon. So it's sitting on the Mercury's house. There is no graha in the second house. There is no graha in the third house. So there is no question for the own house. There is no graha for the own house. There is a graha exalted in these three houses. No, right? Is there any graha depleted in the three house? That is also no. Okay. In the previous step also we studied this Daksha Buddhi for happening for the Satish is the Venus. Then you may ask why I have to consider the DBA all the time whenever I see the horoscope. Definitely you have to keep that in mind all the time until you finish the analysis of the Satish horoscope. Why? Because at this point in time, the Venus energy plays the biggest role in his Satish. Because the Dasha also happening, Buddhi also Venus. Most of the time, most of the astrologists will say give importance to the buddhi. So we are giving importance to the buddhi itself. At this point, the blanket is the Venus energy. On top of it, other grahas and the Gocharam plays the biggest. So you may think like this. This is the Daksha Buddhi's energy, and the Gocharam on the this is the Janana Jatakam. And on top of it, the Gocharam will play a role. We have to consider in a holistic way. Okay. Then I come back into the letters which I mentioned here. The K and the T is the Kendra and the Trikona. Why I placed in the Lagna is the K. We already know Kendra is a 1, 4, 7, 10. So the first house is with the K, fourth house K, seventh house K, and the 10th house K. And the Trikona 1, 5, 9 T and the T and there is 9 T. Okay. Let's moving into the Fanafara. Anybody remember which are the houses for the Fanafara?
2, 5, 8, 11.
2, 5, 8, 11. So 2 and the 5. I believe everybody can see that. 2, 5, 8 and 11. So upper klima becomes the house before the Kendra.
12,
Okay,
3,
how we can yes,
12,
3,
3,
6,
6
9,
and
7.
9.
So then becomes third house and the 6th house and the 9th house and finally 12th house. And the last one, Upachaya. Anybody remember Upachaya?
3, 6, 10, 11.
3, 6 and 10, 12 you would say? You said 12?
11.
Yeah, 11. 10 and 11. So why we have to remember? Definitely you have to remember. Why? Then we understand, okay, whenever you see the houses for the Lagna plays the biggest role. Why? It is also representation of the Kendra, also for the Trikona. So when you have to see, okay, is there any Graha present in the Kendra? When you see the 1, 4, 7, 10 all together, then you can say, yes, the Kendra, in the one retrograde Jupiter moon was present. 4 no, there was no Graha. 7 Mars was present. And the 10 there was no Graha in it. So altogether what you can say, yes, Graha was present in the Kendra. So why you have to give importance to the Graha present in the Kendra? That gives you the auspiciousness for that horoscope. If the Graha present in the Kendra, then that gives more energies to the Jataka. Then the 1, 5, 9. Trikona, the Graha present in it? Yes. 5? No. 9? There was a Graha present in it. Whether it is in increase auspiciousness, malefic, benefic, we'll have deal with that later. Okay. Then whenever you move into one houses to the another, you have to keep that in mind. Kendra, yes. Trikona, yes. Then we finish with the second house. Second house is the Phanapara. That is also the moon house. We already learned more thing about the second house already. It deals with your money, liquid assets, everything. When it comes into the third house now today, it is also representation for the apoplema and the vajaya. So it is a combination of your good and the bad. Whether if the graha was present in a good position, not in the dusthana and not combined with the malefic planets, then you no need to consider about the apoplema negative thing. The auspiciousness will be already increased. The upachaya is when your age grows, your auspiciousness also grows. So that way, when the graha was present in it, that too, when the Surya was in the upachaya, that means no matter what, even if you are having an neck level, your scary point right till the neck level, you will definitely have the courage to do any action. Why? Because it was the Surya was in the Upachaya Sthana. Day by day, even though your fear will increase, but your courage will be one step above this. No matter wherever you are go, how many days it goes on, your courage level will be above your fear level. So we'll achieve that. Why are you giving this much importance? Because the sun was in the Upachaya Sthana. That have the more preference towards your courage. Okay. This much clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, we already saw about this is a one point I intentionally missed. I intentionally skipped. We'll see that in the next week. Okay. This is also we will see that in the next week. Let's quickly visit
You
the
wanted to
Bhavati.
say about the K and T.
Kendra Trikona. Done.
I did. I did.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This one I intentionally skipped it. I will tell you that in the next week. Okay. We finished with this one. The Bhava and Bhavadipati, we'll see that. Okay. We'll very quickly we'll see. We'll see that in this one point we'll go with this one point will comes within every week, not at this one. We'll finish this one today itself, but it will comes in later weeks also. So what is we are going to see only the Bhava and Bhavadipati was the three houses. So who's this is the first house for him. So it's the first Bhava. Who's the Bhavadipati? Anybody?
Mercury.
Okay. Who's the Bhavadipati for the second house?
Moon.
Moon, Chandra. Who's the Bhavadipati for the third house?
Sun.
Sun. So this much clear? Okay. Then we will move into Ashtamadipati and Virayadipati. Okay. This is an interesting one. Ashtama is the 8th one. So now we have to see the Lagna is the Mithuna. Is 8th house becomes the Makara Rasi. So who's the Adipati of this house?
Saturn.
Saturn. So his Ashtamadipati is the Sunny. Is that clear? This much clear? We have to see the Ashtamadipati. Ashtam means 8th house. So 8th house Adipati. 8th house is the Makara. Who's the owner of the Makara? Sunny is the owner of the 8th house. So that means the Ashtamadipati is the Saturn. Now Virayadipati. Okay, now come back into who is among the 12 houses, which is the Virayadipati? Anybody have a guess?
Venus.
Varyasthana. Now I will tell it is the one which is one bhava which is really dedicated to your expenditure.
12th house.
12.
Is it Vyasthana, is it?
Yeah, Vyasthana, Varyasthana. It's a kind of a Tamil version.
Vyayasthana.
Oh,
Viraya means
Vyayadipati.
it's a
Oh,
yeah, Virayadipati. In the Tamil it is the Virayadipati. Maybe I mentioned it is like that. Yeah.
Sanskrit it is Vyaya. And
Vyayadipati.
11th house is also referred as Aya. Aya
Yeah.
and Vyaya.
Aya, Vyaya. Aya means income, Vyaya means expenditure, right?
Fee,
Correct.
expansion. Exactly.
11th and 12th.
So now who's the 12th house for Satish horoscope? 12th
Venus.
house is the Rishabha. Who's the owner of the Rishabha?
Venus.
Shukra. Okay. So now what? Now here we have to consider. Here comes an interesting point. We already know who is the which graha buddhi was happening now. Venus
Venus.
buddhi was happening now. He's also a Vrayadipati. So keep that in mind whenever you see this horoscope. Over here. So we have to remember the Ashtamadipati. We have to remember the Vrayadipati. Then you may ask why. When you remember the Ashtamadipati, these two peoples give you the lot of struggles, lot of obstacles in your life. Once you remember these two grahas, and you keep that in mind as a background level, when you see the horoscope, you will have a different perspective altogether. Okay, we already know. We'll come back to this later. Now we have an introduction about the who's Ashtamadipati, who's the Vrayadipati of the Satish horoscope. We know about the Panapara Upachaya. We already saw this now. These three things, we'll see that in the next week. Okay. Until now, any questions about the Satish horoscope? Whatever we learned till 3 houses. Yes, no?
No.
It means yes, it means no.
Yes.
Okay.
With minimal knowledge, yes.
Okay. Then we'll move on to the next part of the class today. Now, we are having we are learning about the Jupiter. So I should mute everyone, I guess. Okay. Please unmute yourself whenever you have a question. We are learning about the Jupiter now. So Jupiter, another name is the Guru Brihaspati. When Jupiter comes into your mind, Jupiter is a wisdom, all kind of the worldly knowledge. If anybody was speaking like I want justice, this, that, the Guru's energy was there. That's it. Religion, any kind of the spirituality, regardless of which country you are in, which religion you are following, when the people are speaking about the religion, Jupiter's energy is there. All kind of the religious leaders, Jupiter's energy. Expansion in a negative way or positive way. Expansion is the Jupiter. Liver fat when it comes into the body parts. Okay. Importantly, when anything relevant with the financial, if one wants to learn about the standard sector, you definitely have a good energy of the Mercury, but sufficient amount energy of the Jupiter should be needed. Okay, then we're moving into. I skipped this part for now because you already know about it, which is what is. Say something. I don't know. Okay, you already know about the Guru's moon, but still I quickly go over this. Guru's own house is the Meena and the Dhanu. It exalted in the Karka Rasi, sir. It's exalted in the Karka Rasi at the 5 degree and debilitated in the Makar Rasi at the 5 degree. So then for the friends are the Guru and the Guru, Mars and the Sun and the Moon. For the enemy, Venus and the Mercury. So the Moola Trikona for the Jupiter is the Dhanush at the 0 to 10 degree. Gender, obviously male, aspect 579. Direction northeast, directional strength east, malefic benefic, purely benefic. Adi Devata Indra, Pratyadi Devata Brahman. Elements Akasha, Dosha, Kapha and Pitta. Maturity age 16 years, Dhatu is the fat, grains is the Bengal goat. Maranakaraka, 3rd house. Combustion 0 to 11 degree when near to the sun. Okay. Let's quickly moving into the I quickly go over this. Jupiter in the 1st house is very good. It gives you the tremendous amount of the knowledge to the individual. It's a digbala for the Jupiter graha. Okay. 2nd house Jupiter. People are really wealthy and the famous and have the divine gift of the speech itself. there is a high possibility they can inherit from the family. Okay, third house, possibly they don't have the good relationship with the siblings. Definitely they are philosophical mind, and the writing ability is really good when the Jupiter in the third house was there. If any of the writers, you check if you know any of the writers, check their horoscope. Definitely there is the Jupiter in the third house or aspecting Jupiter aspecting the third house. Okay, if one or the other way will be there. Jupiter in the first house, definitely these people will have a lot of friends and well known to everybody in the world. Jupiter in the fourth house. Fifth house, they have the good luck, wealth. Their financial position is really good. Jupiter in the fifth house, why it's coming to terms, you don't know. Okay. Jupiter in the sixth house. Okay, Jupiter in the sixth house. When the people are working for the competitive exams, any competitive exam, if the Jupiter on the sixth house, I would say they will definitely win. Then you may ask why the Jupiter in the sixth house give that kind of the competitive strength. The sixth house is for the job, but then this Jupiter energy is the financial thinking, analytical thinking brain. When that kind of energy sitting on the sixth house means these people's nerve systems works in such a way that their brain, considered the average person can solve the max in an hour. These people can solve that in a 10 minutes. Okay. The nerve system will be built in it's an inbuilt capacity for this kind of the peoples who are having the Jupiter in the sixth house. We already discussed about it, fifth aspect, ninth, and the seventh. Okay, now I will directly jumping into our today's class. Jupiter in the seventh house. Very good. Very good for that horse. Very good for the Jataka. Why? Okay, anybody say what is that for the seventh house will do? What is seventh house significance? Anybody remember?
Partnership.
Spouse, partner,
Spouse, business
Spouse,
partner.
life partner, your business partners,
long
your boss.
travels.
Yeah, everything comes and what is that? Long travels?
Travels also part of this. So we
No.
finished short travel in the other house. So I assume this is
That's 9.
no.
Third is for the short travel, and you have to find out which is for the long travel. Okay, we'll see about.
Ninth, I think.
My note says travel is also for seventh house. So maybe I'm wrong.
Did I say?
No, I mean my note says so. Maybe I have written it wrong.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's consider in this way. Seventh house represents your partners, any kind of the partners. What does it mean? Any kind of the partners? Your business partners, your life partners. You are going to do a short-term business. That kind of the partners also comes into your seventh house. Your first marriage spouse is your seventh house. Or boss, client, customer, everybody comes into your seventh house. Okay, that means consider you are an entity in this universe, and this entity try to combine it with another entity in the same universe. And this occasion you will be defined in your seventh house. Whether this particular entity can have an compatibility with another entity or not, or they get benefit from the other person or not, can be exactly defined in your seventh house. Okay, so for the Jupiter in the seventh house, super
There is
good.
some noise coming. Can you please mute everything?
Okay. Jupiter in the seventh house, it's very good. Why? Because these people will think when comes into the business, Jupiter in the seventh house gives you the tremendous possibility for them to win in their having a success in their business. Why? They mind always think about the business, not only think about the business, they have an ability to expand the business. They're thinking not in an illogical way. They always think in a very, very logical way. And they have also the ability to expand that business. Their mindset was like that. So definitely their business will prosperous, right? That's why it wasn't, these people are really business mind. Not in a bad sense, it was in a very good sense. They know how to do the business, how to expand the business, how to win the business, or how to successful in their business. What is the meaning of the success in the business? How they get a profit, how much they gain from the business. These people are really superstar in that. Okay. And importantly, these people have the good communication ability. Okay, why I tell you this one entity and another entity, one entity was in here and another entity was here. When this person was trying to say something to this person, you can say it is in a diplomatic way, you can say it is in a harsh way, you can say it is in a yes or no type. You communicate in various ways, right? But when the Jupiter was in the 7th house, these people will communicate with in such a manner that you won't say no. At least you may try to negate, but you won't succeed because you will fall for their words. You know what they're trying to say. You understand how much benefit you will get. These people will create a win-win situation, not like I only win. These people will create a situation like everybody wins. So these people are really good communication ability. Okay. There is a possibility they become a famous one point in time in life. It's not they're born famous and they grow like that. One point in time, they become very famous. Okay. Which is this a good position for the government or political position? For sure, yes. When the Jupiter was in the 7th house, and what is that meaning? The Lagna is your first house. That means the Jataka itself. In the 7th house is an exactly opposite house. There the Jupiter was present. Okay, now I have to tell you this one. I think once again. Imagine a situation, this is the Mesh Lagna. You can think about any Lagna, but imagine a situation, this is the Mesh Lagna. And the Jupiter was present in the 7th house. When the Jupiter was present in the 7th house, what are the aspects for the Jupiter? Anybody?
5, 7, 9.
Okay, 5, 7, 9. Let's do 7 first. And this is 5. And this is 9. Yes or no? Did I made any mistake?
Correct.
No,
Correct.
it's correct.
Correct. Okay, now let's see what are the houses the Jupiter was aspecting. This 4, 5, 7,
11.
7.
8, 10,
11.
this is 11.
11th.
Okay, now see this is interesting. Now the Jupiter was in the 7th house, aspecting the Lagna itself. And aspecting the 3rd house becomes the 9th aspect. So that means your 3rd house gives you the courage, aim, and ambition. Whatever you want to do in your life gives you that kind of an courage. I already told you, when the Jupiter is sitting, won't give you a benefit, but when the Jupiter was aspecting any other bhavas, it gives you the tremendous benefit, multiplies that benefit. Okay, how the Jupiter was giving a benefit here? The Jupiter aspecting the Lagna means the more auspicious energy the Jataka will get. One thing. Okay, let's move into the 3rd house. 3rd house is a representation for your courage. Your courage will increase or decrease? Increase, right?
Increase.
Let's moving into the 11th house. 11th, anybody remember what is for the 11th house?
Labasthana. Wish
Income.
fulfillment.
The wish fulfillment. What
Fortunate.
are the other? Fortunate, then?
The Labasthana.
Fulfillment of desires, Labasthana.
Yeah, Labastha. Okay, now here comes an important word, luck. When the Guru was aspecting your luck will increase or not. Then you may have a question, why I have to give more concentration on the luck? Okay. Whichever dimension you are living, if you don't have a little bit of the luck, you have to really rely on your hard work. But even though if you rely on your hard work, you will get that that amount of that amount of the benefit out of it. But if your luck was added, what is the meaning of luck here? You will see the right person at the right time at the right place. You have a courage to ask that person, okay, I'm going to do this business and I want to expand this business. You will really definitely get a benefit, right? Imagine a situation. You are an initial state of a start next to the startup. You improved your business and you had an intention to expand your business. And at the point in time, you don't have a luck. Imagine a situation. You don't have a luck. You see one of the potential person, you feel like this person is a potential according to your analysis or search. And you find that person is a potential and you discuss your business. And if you didn't have a correct person in front of you, you may not earn any benefit out of it, right? You encounter a bad luck in front of you. But instead of you have a luck in front of you, you see the right person, right time, and the right benefit. Give me one second. Give me a second. Sorry for that. When if every luck wasn't in front of you, but when the Jupiter will gives you that kind of luck energy in your life, then definitely you will see the right person, right people, everything will be right in your life. That kind of the Jupiter energy will provide to this kind of this Jataka. Okay. So Jupiter aspect in the 11th house will give you the most benefit in your life. So that's good for your government. If you are if you're planning to work in a government position or you want to undertake any kind of a political position, this is the very good position for you. This kind of an arrangement in the house is very good. And obviously, you will have a good spouse. If the Jupiter in the 7th house, you blindly can say, definitely your spouse is really good. And the relationship is also long lasting for a number of years. I would say it is a lifetime relationship. It is very, very good when the Jupiter was in the 7th house. Definitely, they are profound success in the business. There is no question about it. Definitely, they will success in their life. And you may ask, Anita, you said all good things, and I have a Jupiter in my 7th house, but I don't have anything. But here comes the trick. You may have the 7th house Jupiter, and what you have to check? You have to check any planet, any graha combined with it, or any other aspecting your lagna itself or the 7th house itself. There are the various combinations here, but what we are seeing now is only for only one happy scenario. Like only the Jupiter was present in the 7th house, no malefic graha was aspecting the 7th house. So we are going with the happy scenario. Then you may ask, okay, is that enough for me? No, it's not. But in the initial level of understanding the Jupiter in the 7th house is more than enough. What you have to remember, Jupiter in the 7th house is good. If you are involving in a business, good. And if you are going in a partnership, good. You are definitely have a good spouse. You will success in your business. If you remember these 4 things, that's more than enough. Is much clear in the 7th house?
Yes.
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 Into the 8th house. Okay. Jupiter in the 9th house, it's a kind of good. The one of the graha will see mostly good, because only for the Jupiter, mostly for the Jupiter only. Anybody remember what is the 8th house represents?
Longevity.
Longevity.
Transformation.
Transformation. Yeah.
Occult.
Occult. Yeah. Okay, any kind of the hidden treasures, hidden knowledge, any kind of the things which is hidden, but the Jataka only knows. That's representing in the 8th house. So that kind of an significance of the eighth house. When the Jupiter was present, the Jupiter is a malefic planet or benefic planet? Benefic planet. So that kind of an auspicious energy was sitting on the eighth house. When these people, when they try to healing anybody, their energy level is really good. If you see some of the people, when they touch the hand, you feel that kind of the healing energy penetrating into your cells. You will feel in your entire body. That you would see in every person. You may see for the elderly peoples, when they touch your hands, you can see that healing energy, but not in every peoples you can see that. But if the Jupiter in the eighth house peoples, when they touch your hand, you can feel that energy immediately. If because their mind was filled with the spiritual energy. I heard one of the story. There was one sannyasi around in the South India. He chant only one mantra for number of years. He don't do anything, any other practices. He practiced only one mantra and continuously day and night, whether he, except his sleeping time, or I don't know whether it is, but the people would say he continuously chanted that only. When somebody go to him saying that this person was sick for a while, for a number of years, give your blessing, he take the vibhuti, everybody knows the vibhuti, I guess. He take the vibhuti and chant the mantra, he put on his forehead. That's it. The person will be healed immediately. We see it as it's a kind of a miracle, but he had the tremendous years of the practice. He holds that healing energy and the cosmic healing energy throughout his body. When he touch other individual, the penetration of the healing energy is really, really huge. Because of his wonderful sadhana, lifetime sadhana, I can say like that. When touches then another human, he can able to regenerate the other person's cells in the body, and he can able to walk or talk or can do whatever they want immediately. The same we can hear from the Jesus stories also. When the Jesus walks, the 360-degree around him, at least the people would say 1 mile around him, the people will get healed. Not only the peoples, the trees and the planets is also get healed. We may think it because we didn't see that kind of the peoples around us. We may think it is a miracle, but it is their practice. It is their tremendous sadhana. They are doing day and night. That's why it was a consistent practice. They make them do it. Okay, how that possible for the Jupiter in the eighth house? When the Jupiter was in the eighth house, this Jataka have the determination to do that kind of the sadhana in their life. Not everyone can do that. See, imagine a situation there was 100 people living in it, and you ask them to go for a sannyasi, no one will willing to move. But when the Jupiter was in the eighth house, if the person was determined to take a sannyasi, means he definitely will do that. That kind of an energy and the courage will come from inside to lead the way into the spiritual path. So that's for Jupiter in the eighth house. Definitely, when you were speaking about the longevity, Jupiter will give a tremendous tremendous longevity, long years to live. You definitely live long life. Sometimes I think you may heard about there was in one village in the Japanese country. The people will live about 100 or above 101, 10 or 112 ages. I thought that the Jupiter in the eighth house, everybody was having the Jupiter in the eighth house. I think like that. I'm not sure about it, but I thought like that. These people have a highly determined individuals when they want to fight for anything, when they want to achieve anything, they know how to do it. But that will and that kind of the determination, it comes from an inside. See, it's not a joke when you are involving into a spirituality, when you are chanting a mantra for a number of years, when you are doing a sadhana for a number of years. It's definitely not a joke. Number of things comes in front of you and it will break your sadhana every time. And you may not able to do a sadhana for at least 48 days. It will break you like anything. And if you don't have a courage, you don't have a determination to do it, you won't finish that sadhana. But when the Jupiter was eight in the sixth house, these people have a tremendous fighting strength. See, if they started any kind of the sadhana in their life, they don't see it as a bus stand or the bus stop or the railway station or they are in the street or under the roof or not in the roof. They won't feel anything. They do their practice no matter what, wherever they are. That kind of the determination it will come when the Jupiter in the eighth house. This is the one problem will come. The health will be an issue for sure because the eighth house is where this is the one thing. When you get all kind of the thing, that at least one thing it take away from you is the health. Sometimes these peoples are overweight, sometimes it is an underweight. Then you may have the question, why this kind of a thing will come? Why it was not in a neutral? Because the Jupiter is another representation of your fat in your body. When that particular dhatu is not in a balanced way. When the fat was not in a balanced way, your weight becomes decreased. If it was an increased way, your weight becomes overweight. Then you may have the question, why that kind of the situation happening in one's individual body? Okay, the same story again. Eighth house is then hidden house, the Gusthana again. Hidden house, consider it as the hidden house. When you're receiving the cosmic energy, you may not get fulfilled. The one particular thing which we get affected is your health. Why? Because one particular dhatu was tremendously affected, that is your fat in your body. That plays a vital role in your health. Then that provides your underweight and the overweight ability. Okay. Till now, any questions? No? I guess no. I'm on. Okay, Jupiter in the ninth house. Okay, most favorable. Jupiter in the ninth house. Okay, anybody remember what is the ninth house will represent?
Guru, father,
Father,
dharma,
Dharmasthana.
long travel.
Long travel, okay.
Foreign travel.
Foreign travel will come in a different house. We'll see that later.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Travel 12th house.
Yeah. Next, your higher education. Importantly, higher education. Then all kind of the religious ethics which you are followed in everyday life that becomes representing in your ninth house.
Vanita,
Tradition.
ninth house is foreign travel and 12th house is foreign settlement, right?
Both. Yes, both.
That is what I had also thought.
Yes, me too. I also thought the same. Yeah. Ninth house is also long travel. Okay, we don't discuss the long travel now. We may miss the track now. Jupiter in the ninth house. Definitely we will discuss about the travel in a later point in time, whenever we find that time. Okay, now come back here. Jupiter in the ninth house. So when you have the ninth house, give importance to your father, your gurus, your higher education especially, and all kind of the things which you follow for the religions, ethics, everything. Okay? Now, when the Jupiter in the ninth house was present, this kind of significance will get enlightened, will get more energy, will get more auspiciousness. Importantly, your education will fly to the sky, and your fathers, your guru, you will get greatest blessing from them. Okay, now this is the thing. Divine luck from the past. That means you will have a good karma from your past, and you are going to enjoy that kind of a karma in this present time. These people are spiritual, more inclined towards the spirituality only. When the Jupiter in the ninth house, they are extremely towards the spirituality. They have that kind. They have the kind of pattern they have. I would say it's a routine, daily routine they have to follow. They follow one kind of the routine. They won't miss that. If they miss that, they feel like their day was not good. That kind of the peoples. They are very ethical peoples. They won't do any kind of the unethical things. They are very, not even a single thing. They want to do everything in an ethical way. Even it is in a home, even it is in an office, wherever it is, they definitely want to follow by ethics. Very professional. If they are working, they are very much very professional. There is a high possibility they belong to a wealthy and the large family, means they have number of siblings and their extended immediate family will be number of people. But altogether, there is a high possibility they born in a wealthy family. Okay, good higher education overseas. This is an important thing. When Jupiter was in the 9th house, higher education is definitely yes. Then you may have a question: can I go and study in an overseas? Absolutely yes. When the Jupiter in the 9th house was there, and this is the important one again. Good health and status in the society? Absolutely yes. We definitely have the very good health when the Jupiter in the 9th house. Okay, I'm again telling you, this is the happiest scenario. Jupiter only present in the 9th house. There was no malefic planet was aspecting. But consider a scenario if the Jupiter was combined with Mars and the Rahu. I'm asking one more malefic planet. The situation will be a little bit different. Your health will be good and bad sometimes. You definitely have a good status. Mars won't disturb your status level, Rahu also, because Rahu rise your status, immediately it will drop your status. But when combined with the Jupiter, it will be maintained in a neutral level. So your health will be goes ups and downs. One day it won't be you won't having a serious health issue, but it won't be you won't have a steady health history also. So what I'm trying to say here, you have to see the combined planets in the same house or the aspect of the planet itself. Now what we are seeing only the only happy scenario. One Jupiter only present in the 9th house, and we are seeing there was no malefic aspect. Then you have yes to everything. Anybody was having Jupiter in the 9th house?
I have.
Okay,
Saravanan.
that's also. Image again.
My 9th house is Rishabha.
9th house is.
No. My Lagna is Kanya. Jupiter is present. Okay, yeah. Jupiter is present there.
What is the KU? It's KU. Okay. Any graha present along with the Jupiter?
No.
Okay. Then you are the right person. Okay, now tell me which one is match for me, which one is not.
Divine luck from the past, yes. Spiritual bent, yes. Ethics and high professionalism, yes. Large family, extended family is large, very large. Yes. Wealthy is questionable. I can survive. So, compared to the rest of the people in the country, I think I can consider myself okay. Good higher education overseas, true. Good health, almost yes. Status in the society, I don't know.
Okay.
What about the aspects to Jupiter here? Any planet aspecting Jupiter?
I don't think so, none. Because
Okay.
the rest of the my Rahu is in Tula, and
Okay.
my Mars is in Simha.
Since
The rest are in Kataka. All the rest are in Kataka.
everybody is here.
Yeah, Sun, Venus, Mars, Saturn. My moon and Ketu are in Mesha.
Moon in where?
Moon is in Mesha. Moon and Ketu are in Mesha.
Oh.
Sun,
Awesome.
Venus, Saturn, Mercury in Kataka.
Saturn and Mercury. So these three are aspecting only here. These three, your Saturn, Lagna, Lincoln. No specting. Looks like this is wonderful. You are the best. Definitely, this is the favorite thing for you.
Have you been advised to visit any Subramania temple or any?
I have been to pretty much every temple that I can get myself into. And
Kala Sarpadosha. You have Kala Sarpadosha.
yeah, I have been to that Kuki Subramania as well,
Yeah.
and all the other places near in Tamil Nadu for that.
Okay. That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
That is actually there's no such thing.
This is the best one.
How do we find out Kala Sharpa? You guys there?
Ma'am, there's no
Dosha.
such thing, ma'am. It's just a money-making thing.
Oh, okay.
No.
just one.
I have
If
suffered
all the
enough due to
grahas,
that. There is no such thing. That you cannot find that in any book.
All right.
if Rahu, all the grahas are one side of Rahu and Ketu. There is
So basically, everything, if it is locked in an axis, then they say it's that.
Oh, that's the axis. Oh, got it.
But in the Kaladash Padosha also, this kind of a concept which comes in the middle of the century itself.
Yeah,
So,
lower ages only. Like after certain time, after 45, you don't get anything. After 40, you don't have anything.
maybe because there's number of the astrologists researched based on the current date and time, they find out, okay, this kind of a concept will work or not. Even the Shiva dosha will also comes in the middle of the thing only. Somewhat they find out.
See, all the research people have done only till the marriage for marriages, and so everything stops until the marriageable age. Beyond
Marriage
that,
takes care of the other problems.
yeah, then their life becomes a problem, so they don't care about it.
Nothing else matters.
You wouldn't have mind to look at others also. And here, Rahu and Ketu, actually, your planets are all outside the Rahu and Ketu body. So it could be a better thing.
We
Like
don't know.
Rahu is the head,
Could
Ketu
be.
is the tail, and in anti-clockwise movement, all the planets are outside the body.
And also, if moon is ahead or Ketu is ahead,
That's only a point, yeah.
It may not have any dosha.
But moon and Ketu being in the 8th is a big problem. I don't know how Saranan feels. Does he have a clear thinking about individual? He has to.
He's having a very good thing, like everything let go. Very spiritual.
Ketu is strong.
True.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see about the 10th house quickly.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Jupiter in a 10th house. 10th house represent your typical professional life. If you are starting a business, then that is in your 10th house. That becomes your 10th house when the Jupiter was present. You will have a very good thing. Well, Jupiter in the 10th house, again, it is a very beneficial for the Jataka. They are definitely well respected. They definitely will project a good image in the society. It's not a fake one. It is a real one because the 10th house Jupiter will give you that kind of an energy to the individual. So that definitely you're well respected. This is a wonderful point where no graha will give you. They will give. It works with the full concentration. There's one more graha will give. That is a Mercury. But when the Jupiter in the 10th house means it will give you a tremendous amount of the concentration. No one graha will give. It's a kind of an union of your entire thing. When you try to work, your body and mind will be combined together and will work. You put your soul into it. whichever you do. See, imagine such a kind of a situation when your entire things was combined together and you put any effort, it will be really a divine one, right? That kind of the work these peoples will do. So that's why other peoples will see the miracle, but for them it is a nature. Find unconventional situation. These peoples are ethic followers. They can't bear with any kind of a situation which is unconventional to them, because the Jupiter's energy always follows the rules and regulations. If imagine a situations the community have the 10 rules in it, the Jupiter in the 10th house will follow all the 10 rules. Okay, they won't miss anyone, and it is good for the teachers, professors, and the counselors. When one important thing about the Jupiter is also when the Jupiter was in the Lagna or the Jupiter was in the 10th house, these people will give you the advice. Even if you don't ask, also they will give you advice. Why? Because the Jupiter energy will give you that kind of an wisdom and energy. I would say it is an energy only. That energy will ask you to project. Once they give the advice, they feel like okay, but the other person will feel like I didn't ask the advice. The Jupiter energy will do that kind of the thing. They will give you the advice where nobody they not interested. Also, they will give you the advice. That's why if your profession is in a counselor and the Jupiter in the 10th house, you are really very good at it. If the Jupiter in the 10th house, these people will automatically go into a teacher or the professor only. Even they resist themselves. No, I want to go. I don't like teaching. I don't like this, that. They will definitely end up with the teaching only. Why? The Jupiter's energy is that much obvious. You can't even resist or restrict yourself that much. You will definitely end up in a teaching. Anybody having a Jupiter in the 10th house? Anybody having Jupiter in the 10th house?
Vanita, I think I have, but my chart is not opening. I don't know why an astro sage. I think it is.
Chart is not?
Astro sage is not opening. Actually, I don't remember, but I'm trying to open astro sage and it's not. I think it's in Aquarius and my Lagna is Taurus. So I think it makes it 10th house.
Wait, your Jupiter was in the 10th house?
I think so. Maybe we can confirm next time when we start from here.
Give me a second. I can open for you. But
my wife and daughter, they both have Jupiter in the 9th house. I mean, earlier I didn't mention.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Anything matches for them?
Most of it matches actually.
Satish, if I remember correctly, you also mentioned about 9th house, right? Somebody in your
mine
family.
is first house.
No, somebody. I remember in our class, somebody, if you brought somebody in your family's horoscope.
Yeah, my son.
Ah, see.
Yeah, great memory, man.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, let's back to 10th house now. And we see the Nina's horoscope. Give me a second. What is your date of
I
birth?
think you will have it there also saved, Vanita.
Did I say? No.
Banita, I have saved her horoscope. She's right. It's in the 10th. Her, if I'm not mistaken, her Lagna is Rishabha Lagna.
Okay.
Correct.
I also remember her Lagna is a Rishabha. Yeah.
And her 10th Jupiter retrograde in Kumbha.
Whereas, okay. Proven Jupiter. Okay. Now tell me which one is match for you. Okay, I will tell you here one situation. We'll let her finish.
I think broadly it matches. Yeah, mostly it matches Vanita.
But what the retrograde Jupiter will do? But do you find any difference in this situation? When you do concentrate on your work, you concentrate as in average level, or you are really deep into it?
I try to go deep into it, and I carry on till I'm not satisfied usually. That's my case with astrology also. I've learned it, but I want to learn more. I feel I'm not still not capable.
Hmm. The retrograde energy will definitely will do that for you. But remember, one more situation also. Definitely will be well respected in every scenario, but your mind will think like, I'm not well respected enough, and I need to gain more respect. You every day you feel like I want to gain good image in the society. Try to do that, even though you have that in your naturally you have that. You may not believe you try to achieve that thing. That
Image in society actually doesn't bother me. I'm least affected.
awesome.
But maybe I may not admit it, but maybe it's there in my it's like not a personality, but maybe internally I want to be. I'm just trying to say there's some contradiction in that way, because personally I'm not interested. I could make any impression on society. I won't care.
Awesome. Then the retrograde Jupiter energy was not working on his personal level. Then we have to see the Lagna. We'll see. We want to go in deep into that. Let's coming into the job, teaching and profession. Imagine a situation when what the retrograde Jupiter will do. Consider a situation when you are teaching. You are it's in a scale of 1 to 10. The 10 is the very best. Okay, you are already in this stage. Okay. But you are thinking like you are not doing best, and I want to improve myself, and I want to improve myself. You push yourself and you do the hard work.
Correct.
But you are already in that Excel level. But your retrograde Jupiter energy would allow you to do that. It feels like no, I'm not like that, and I want to improve. You want to push. You really push yourself.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true.
This retrograde will Jupiter will do. But you sometimes how you can calm yourself? The only thing I always say, do for the meditation. When the retrograde Jupiter was there and you do the meditation, you will get tremendous amount of an energy. And that way, if you are a healer, this meditation will help you to heal yourself as well as you to heal others. And if you had a habit of chanting, increase your chanting time. Because when the retrograde Jupiter was there, it's a wonderful thing. And you increase the time of your chanting. For example, if you are habit of chanting for 20 minutes, increase it to 10 minutes every day. You can chant for 8 hours also. But you don't need to do that much, at least. What I'm trying to say here, if you are chanting, if you are going for a meditation, if you are doing any kind of a spiritual practice, increase the time. That will calm yourself in the retrograde effect. If the retrograde effect was doing too much in your body, then this spiritual practice will reduce and maintain the neutrality. It won't tempt you move up, move down. It makes you in the middle. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, that's all about today. We'll see you all next week then.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Vanita.
Thank you, Anita.
Thank you.
Thank you.